Hello, everybody. No. Hey guys, what's up? My Officer Capone here, and it's been a while since I've made a video, but real quick, this is not my gameplay. This is my friend ALEC, or Monkey Assassin as his gamer tag is. If you guys really like this gameplay, head on over and tell him thank you, or whatever you feel like saying him. Nothing mean, but I'll post his channel down below, so if you want to go there and leave a channel comment. He doesn't do any himself, but he generously gave me this. It's a game of headquarters on mission. He's using the G3 with winter camo, which you get from the Call of Duty Elite Premium. But he's using the G3 winter camo red dot silencer. I don't remember what his perks were. I think he's using sleight of hand, what might be steady aim. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's steady aim, and maybe quick draw pro. Yeah. All right. So we did a good job of analyzing that. His skill streaks are UAV, Predator, Missile, Reaper. 1 second. But so I had a couple of my gameplays for headquarters, but nothing too good like this. This is a two-part series. The other part's just going to be a kind of normal commentary finishing this. But this is kind of what has become a series. I've got a demolition one. I did have a TDM, but I realized there was some it was kind of messed up. Shorter words, but so like I said, these are kind of a series now. I'll have a playlist together, and so headquarters, it's was introduced in COD 4, and there is a HQ, or a what is it called? But basically a point of interest where it shows you where it's going to be, and then a couple seconds later it allows you to capture it, and you get 50 points a kill normally. I think 50, yeah. And you get 5 points, or maybe it's 10. I don't know if he's got double XP on, for every couple seconds or so for when you've captured it. You can get a maximum of what was 60 points in Black Ops, but I think you can get like 100 or something, or 40. No, I'm not sure, but so you really want to hold it out for as much time as possible. The score is to get to 400 first, and it can take anywhere from 5-10 minutes to 20, as this game is. So this part 1, if you couldn't tell. So the main objective is to kind of identify where it's going to be. But a good strategy is not to camp right where you know where it's going to be. See, right now it says target. That's just in the stage of knowing where it's going to be. When it says capture, that means you can now capture it, obviously. But so holding it when it says target is kind of like a first instinct, but you really don't want to get too close to it, because that's where a lot of people are going to start flooding in. Right when it goes to capture is when you really want to flood in. Going there too early and you could get caught, and it will drop your KD real fast, because you know you're gonna be stuck. See, ALEC kind of misses the guy there, but you'll be stuck in this position, and you won't want to leave, because you'll know there's just be a couple more seconds. So staying out around it, not necessarily in the capture zone itself, but out by it, and preventing people to get to there, is a lot better strategy. Now when you capture it, you want to find a very good place to stay, and kind of sit there until then you've captured it. And as you can see right here is an example of a place where you can capture it and stay. But normally you want to go back out to where you were staying when it was just a target point. That way you don't have to wait for them to come to you before it's too late. Plus you can kind of layer yourself out. You can have a couple people staying back and a couple people out there if you're playing with a full team, or staying by it is just an option when you're by yourself. Now when you're capturing and you have it and you're defending the place, if you die, you don't respawn until the enemies destroy it or it runs out. And as you can see there, the reinforcements is when the HQ runs out or real near it. You know, you can every once in a while it'll spawn like 2 seconds before the HQ is destroyed. But really, when you die, you don't come back until it's over. Now, when you're trying to capture one or destroy one, is what I mean. Basically, capture one that's already been captured. You want to be slow and cautious to, you know, watch your corners, check everywhere you think you'd be, and move up slowly. And definitely don't flood one line of sight, because you'll get wrecked. You want to come in groups of 2 every which way you can. Another thing is you also want to stay on top of them. As soon as you die, you know where they're going to be. You know they're probably going to move, so you want to go there, and you want to know where they're going to be, right? And you also want to keep pressure on them, and you want to strain them, and you want to make them come out of their one corner, because after a while they'll move to some place you've already checked if they're staying in the same place. I know it's kind of sensitive, but if they're camping in one area and they know they're there for so long, they'll get out of that area, because eventually you will kill them, and so they'll think, oh, I got to get my next kill streak, I'm gonna move. And that's usually when you want to try to catch them, is while they're moving. So getting there and being cautious is what you want to do. You don't want to be cautious the entire way. Obviously they're going to stay around that capture point, not always, but 80% of the time they'll be around that capture point and stop you from destroying it. Another thing is if you're winning by so much and you're getting a good game, a lot of people will do what they do in Demolition and just kind of not care. As you can see right here, he's like, alright, we're 310 to 0, and this is obviously a good place to start running on kids. So obviously you're going to want to take advantage of that. But, you know, a lot of times you just want to kind of finish your game. But, hey, you're having a good game, you want to continue to, you're not going to give it up. So, now what ALEC's doing is he's controlling the area around the HQ, like I said. He's not sitting by the HQ, he's out on a very populated area, knowing his line of sight and keeping the enemies back and at bay, which is a really good strategy to anyone who wants to, you know, spice their game up and, you know, kind of take a lead as a character or as a player and prove yourself, I guess. So you know, you always want to try new game styles when playing. Obviously you don't always, oh, this is mission, this is where exactly I'm going to go. You know, you always want to take a feel for the map and get a couple places down. As you can see, ALEC's on this side of the map now, and if you're trying to stretch the game out longer, you know, always be cautious, because unless you know there's not enough time for them to get it back exactly, you know, you always want to be aware of their points, how much points are on the game, and everything in between. So usually you want to get a better lead if you want to really keep these kids there and start feeding off their badness, you know. And everybody's been stuck in the same position that the enemy team's on, having strong players on the other side running on you, you know. So if you're on that, a way you can avoid is obviously, you know, knowing your team. It rarely happens when you have a full team. You're not, so getting a team is always going to be, you know, my number one tip for anybody who plays, even just like 2-3 friends that you play with from school, you know. Obviously, unless you're homeschooled or you go to a smaller school, you're not going to find a lot of friends to play with. But I mean, you know, join a ground war game, join a search and destroy game, go into game chat and start talking to your teammates. But so if you don't have any friends, then you can't make any, you don't have a mic or anything, you're forced to play by yourself. I don't know how well headquarters is for you. Obviously, a TDM game would be a lot better, but ALEC's playing by himself right now, and he's doing fairly strong. So if you're a stronger player, I definitely urge you to try out headquarters if you haven't played it. If you are playing it and you're doing bad, listen to some of these tips I've mentioned, and you should be going strong in these. But here he's in the Reaper, which is a newer kill streak that I think is a lot of people's favorites. I know it's one of mine, but they have got the enemy team's got good guys. They're trying to keep the kill streaks out of the sky, helicopters and stuff like that. So obviously, if you're on an enemy team, taking those out and running support kill streaks, like you can see the Osprey escorted airdrop is always usually better to kind of get your kill streak still and kind of start to get on a roll, since obviously getting a AC-130 or a Reaper isn't going to be in your game plan if you're losing this bad. But so another thing is, if you're playing with a team, obviously you don't want to obviously you're going to be doing well, but if you're by yourself, you don't want to get stuck here. But check out my part 2, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.